G'day guys, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another LAB golf video. Today is finally the day where I'm doing a video over my new Armlock putter. Now, I did get this thing, I'm gonna say it was a while ago. It was about, let's say 2 months ago. However, when I received it, it was incorrectly configured. Let me explain. So when I was going through the fitting for this putter, I actually did the online fitting. Now, there was a number of reasons for that. One of them was because I wanted to show or to be able to share my experience of what it was like to do the online fitting, and also just to see how it would go. I'm also very time poor. I don't have a lot of time, so for me to go and actually get fit for, this Armlock, and I know that sounds crazy, but it was just a lot easier to do it at my house, send the videos in, and get fit online. What I will say though, is that the experience itself, although it was really easy to do, I got incorrectly fit. And it was on me, it was definitely my fault. Let me explain though. So when you do the online fitting, they recommend using a hybrid or a wood to actually get the correct length. I'll show you what I mean. And so I used my hybrid, my 3 hybrid. Now, the way you do this is you basically get the club and they instruct you to get into your setup and run the actual hybrid up your arm until you feel like you have a good length on your actual, I guess, where your arm lock's going to go. Now, as you can see, and this is totally on me, when I got into my setup, this grip comes up quite high and you can see it's just a little bit past my elbow. The actual legal limit for an Armlock putter, it has to be below your elbow line. So, red flags. Now, when you're doing this, I'll say a few things. Make sure you wear your golf shoes that you actually wear when you play golf. That sounds very obvious, but I think a lot of people, when they're going to do this, if they're going to get fit online for an Armlock putter, you can fall into the habit of doing this barefoot because you're at home. The other thing is, normal shoes, say runners, or, if you're going to wear, here in Australia we call them thongs, flip-flops. If you're going to wear flip-flops, things like that, even Birkenstocks, they don't have the same width sole that golf shoes have. So definitely, if you're going to do this, wear your actual shoes that you gain. So as you can see, when I got set up to my hybrid, and even now, I mean, thinking back, it's so obvious that this is not the correct club for me, because the grip is, it's right at my elbow crease. Everything's easy in hindsight, I know this. But when I was getting set up, I think I was adjusting my setup a little bit and standing a little bit taller than I usually stand. If you can, definitely go and get fit for an Armlock. Or if there's nowhere to get fit for a LAB, go and try some Armlocks at your, local golf store. It doesn't have to be a LAB Armlock. Go and try any Armlock and get the length of that club, because that is going to be much better to get the length than doing this with another club. Realistically, what I should have done is I should have gone online, and I did this after the fact. I went online and Googled what length should a 6-foot person have for an Armlock, and it said 40 to 41 inches, I think it was. I ended up getting mine, I think it was about 42, 43 inches. I had to send it back to LAB and get it cut down. If you can, word from someone who's done it, go and at least use an Armlock in a golf shop, get the length of the Armlock, and then do the online fitting just for your lie angle. Trust me, just do that. So I ended up having to send this thing back to LAB. I'm here in Australia. Now, I know you can cut it down. I think it says 1 inch or 1.5 inches online. I did look into that, but for me, if I'm going to do something, do it right, do it properly, just send it back, get it done, and make sure it's all weighted correctly. But let's talk about the actual Armlock and how it differs from a standard putter. I have been dabbling with this since I've got it back for about a month, I'm going to say. I've been dabbling with it. I've been trying to get used to it, and there is a transition period. Just like I had a transition period going from my standard putter to a LAB putter, there is a transition going from a standard putter to an Armlock. Now, I'm not someone who struggles with putting. For me, I'm always looking to get better. And so I'm pretty good with a standard putter. Getting a LAB has made me really realize and really go down the rabbit hole with putting, and I have become I'm going to say a really good putter with a short putter. However, that is not going to stop me from experimenting and trying other things, because I still think there's always room for improvement. Unless you're leading every putting stat, there's always room for improvement. So why not give it a go? I know a lot of people who are scared to try things. For me, I would rather try everything and just see which one works best. So I'm going to hit a few putts now in my sim, and I'm just going to talk through the experience with using this thing. I will go out to the Joe Legowski golf training facility. I'm going to do putting assistance off, so I'm not going to use putting assistance. So what the horizontal launch angle you see is the raw horizontal launch angle from my launch monitor, which is the Pro TVX. Okay, so I'm out here at the Joe Legowski golf training facility. I'm on the putting green. I've set myself up with a 10-foot putt. This is perfectly flat. And I'm just going to talk through using an Armlock putter and some of the different feels from using just a standard putter. Now, first thing I'll say is, I think a lot of people might say, why are you getting a LAB putter and then making it an Armlock? Because isn't that going to take away from the technology of the face actually being balanced to where the actual putter is balanced to the lie angle? So effectively, you know, the face staying square to the target. It's not staying square to the target. It's staying square relative to the lie angle, which is going to stay square relative to your stroke arc. So it's not staying square to the target. It's not going to close and then open. But people are going to say, why would you get an Armlock? Because then you're going to negate that technology. Well, if you look at the LAB website, and you know what I think is, I feel like you're just doubling the technology. You're doubling the technology. You're using the lie angle balance of the face combined with, you know, essentially strapping this thing to your arm. That is going to keep that face so stable. The idea and the theory behind Armlock putters is it's giving you an opportunity to keep your face squarer for longer. So with a standard putter, depending on which putter you use, the face is going to open relative to the target. It should stay square relative to your stroke or your arc. Especially if it's a LAB putter, that's what they're designed to do. But with an Armlock putter, it's essentially going to theoretically increase the size of where you can hit a putt and have the face ideally close to 0.0, so you get your launch down your target line. You're kind of not, you're not doubling your chances, but you're increasing your chances to hit a straight putt or hit your intended line. It is definitely a different feel, and it's a feel that even I am still trying to get used to. And that's what I want to reiterate is, I wouldn't get this unless you've got the yips. I wouldn't get this with the intent of this will make me better at putting instantly, because it won't. It's something you're going to have to work on. However, if I was teaching someone today to play golf, I would start them with an Armlock putter, because if you start with this, you're not going to know any different, and it's going to help you keep the face squarer to you know, your stroke, and essentially hit the ball down the line more often than not. Okay, let's hit a few putts. This is a 10-foot putt. I mean, that roll was so pure on my mat. The ball just rolled end over end. You can see the impact location pretty close to the center, slightly toe side, but the face is just not deviating at all. It honestly, when I got this, it honestly does feel a bit like cheating. And I still, in my head, I still struggle and I wrestle with the fact that you've got something strapped to your arm and to keep the face square. How is that not anchoring? But it isn't, according to the rules of golf. Okay, let's hit another putt. Again, really nice roll on the ground. We can see we've knocked it straight in the hole. 0.3 right for a horizontal launch angle. I mean, look, it is fantastic. People are going to say, though, what about long distance putts? Now, short putts, sure. Short putts, a lot of people get Armlock putters and they go, short putts are fantastic. What about long putts? For me, again, this is something that you've just got to get used to it. It's a different feel. You've just got to get used to it. So let's go back to 50 feet now, and we're going to roll some putts. Okay, 50 feet with the Armlock. Okay, not bad. 0.2 left. Have we got it to the hole? We are slightly short. So let's go again. Okay, I definitely pulled that one a little bit more. So 0.7 of a degree left. We did get it to the hole though. The speed was not that bad. Okay, again, 0.2 left. Not a bad putt. Oh, almost hold it. Absolutely bang on for speed. So again, it's something that you've just got to get used to. I spent, I'm going to say 2.5 weeks just practicing with this every night, just trying to dial it in. I've got to a point though where I'm at a crossroads and I go, do I commit to the Armlock putter or do I use my trusty DF3? That's the question. And this is what this has kind of led to with this putter is, yes, it is amazing. Yes, it's an Armlock. Has it really improved my putting? I don't know. I think it's definitely something that you need to get used to. I'm going to have to do a lot more testing. And to be honest, I'm going to have to just commit to using this for, 6 months and see how my putting stats go. Let's just hit some really long putts. Let's go out to 200 feet because I really want to hit some long putts. Okay, we've got 186 feet. I mean, this is nuts. 186 feet. I definitely pulled it and I'm definitely short. So again, I mean, this is the longest putt I've hit with this putter. So I'll give it another go. Pulled it again. That's got the speed though, 27 ball speed. So that's not bad for distance control. Just a little bit left. We'll go one more. And again, we pulled it a little bit, but it should be really good for speed control. So to me, I mean, for people that say on long putts you're going to struggle with speed control, I don't think that's the fact. I just think it's something you're going to have to get used to. And I definitely was healing those putts, so that's really interesting. So, the Armlock putter. What's my experience so far? Well, to me, this is definitely something that is different. It's definitely something that you have to get used to. It's not something you can just get and improve your putting straight away, unless you're someone that has the yips or some sort of putting problem with a short putter. If you're like me, who didn't really have an issue with short putters, is this going to make you a better putter? Time will tell. The jury's still out on that one, but straight off the bat, what I will say is on short putts, this thing feels so stable. Like, it is incredibly stable. And you just feel, I mean, I know it's called an Armlock putter, but you just feel like it's just locked in and it cannot move. The face can't rotate. It just feels so locked in and secure. With my setup, I haven't changed anything. I've still got the ball forward in my stance. I still use a left-hand low grip, and that's a big thing. For me, I'm someone that as soon as I grip it with my right hand below my left, my shoulders just want to get open. And so I always have to grip it left hand low, and I can still accomplish that with an arm lock. So you can definitely still do that. But yeah, the Armlock putter, definitely interesting. Definitely something I'm going to do more videos on. So stay tuned. I'll have to put this thing through the full Joe Legowski golf putting test, and we'll see how we go. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, let me know. If you want to see more videos on the Armlock, comparing it to the other two short putters that I have, definitely let me know as well. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Cheers.